Hey guys, hi, morning once again. And as you can hear that my voice is really bad, and it is bad because I had been unwell for the past 2-3 days, and I had been unwell because I had traveled exhaustively and not extensively. So today's video I'll be diving into two things separately, but how they are related to my being unwell and yeah, and then taking care of myself and taking a day off. So firstly, let me apologize that I did not post a video yesterday. Again, like I said, that I had taken a day off to kind of recover. So coming back to today's topic, so I'll be addressing two topics. The first of which is right now that I'm addressing right now, uh, in sickness and in health, in rich or poor, in fragility and in my strength, in my ego and in my humbleness. I completely accept who I am. And I want to continue accepting who I am. I want to be interested in this person that I am. And I would want to grow from here as a work in progress. So what I'm trying to say here is that a lot of the times, a lot of our times, in fact most of us, marry somebody else, get into a partnership with somebody else, business or friendship or any kind of a relationship, because there are certain aspects of ourselves that we are not able to understand or that we are not able to accept because we have not been taught by everybody around us to completely accept and embrace ourselves with our gods and our demons, with our light and with our shadow. What that means is that I'm not saying that you embrace your demons and not try to overcome them or not try to subdue them. What I'm trying to say is that unless we embrace our demons, they will always pop up as shadows behind us and they will never let us go, like our shadows that walk with us in the dark. So, unless we embrace and unless we make those demons feel protected about our own selves, we will never be in a place where we will be able to accept ourselves completely. And if we are not able to accept ourselves completely, I doubt if we'll ever be able to accept somebody else completely. And it is so funny to me that given any kind of a marriage that we look into, so be it friendship, which we want, which we all want us to last a lifetime, then there are business relationships, which we actually, when we venture into, we all want those relationships to last a lifetime, like how we expect with our marriages. And then we are taught to embrace everybody else's imperfections because we've been taught through centuries that nobody is perfect. But why are we not taught to embrace our own imperfect perfections and then say that I'm a work in progress? Why is it not okay to embrace our own imperfections but then be willing or then be a party to accepting somebody else's imperfections? We can't face our own demons, but it is necessary to face somebody else's demons. And we always taught that. And unless we accept everything about us and make that a work in progress, it is very difficult to help and heal somebody else if you're not willing to do that for yourself. It is very difficult to nurture somebody else if you're not willing to do that for yourself. Sorry for that. So, the idea about making this video was the first thing, completely accepting where I am at this point in time, completely embracing myself and marrying myself all over again, like it is beautifully said by Tracy Macmillan. So there are videos of hers which you can look into. And I had thought about that long time back, but the synchronities worked so well that I happened to look into that aspect the third time. And then I felt sick. And then I was like, wow, now this is the time to do it, because it's all joining it together. It's all bringing it together. So today, even in this bad condition, yes, I needed help. I'll not deny I needed help of friends, and they were there to help me out. But at the end of it, if I had not accepted my own conditionings, if I had not accepted that I needed a day off, which I never used to do earlier, because I was like, it's it's sad to fall sick. It's not okay to fall sick. It's weak to fall sick. And that is what I was. So I had to unwire myself, and then take me to a place. And it was difficult, it was uneasy, and I did try to make videos, but I just could not speak that well, and there was no clarity of voice. So I had to take that day off. And I was like, yeah, so it is rewiring myself and accepting myself in the place that I am today, and being okay with that. The next aspect that I realized was, since I said that I had traveled exhaustively, which meant that a journey that should have normally taken anybody around 12 to 13 hours took 26 hours plus, which was an extensive travel. And it was pouring and raining out here in India, and at least in some parts of India, and the condition of the loose was pathetic, like really bad. And I don't know whether that caused certain kind of infections or not. Maybe it did, maybe it didn't. Then on top of that, there was a lot of construction work going on, which meant that there was a lot of dust that was flying around, which obviously meant that I could not breathe properly. My body could not be oxygenated properly because there was so much of dust, which again, after thinking about it, made me see how the dots got connected, which is to say that as I was traveling on these roads, which were covered with dust and dust flying all around, and trees and everything covered with dust, I suddenly realized that if I am unable to breathe, I'm unable to breathe not because of only the dust, but because the dust had settled onto the trees in layers, that the trees were not able to give out oxygen to every single one of us so that we breathe properly, so that we are oxygenated properly. And since that did not happen, I was getting choked. And yes, I was breathless for 2 days. It was difficult for me to lie down and sleep because I could not breathe. But then, yeah, taking help of antibiotics along with some friends' help, I was able to kind of get to this place wherein the recovery has started. So I'm really thankful to that. But I'm also thankful for this kind of an exhaustive travel, because it made me see things differently. And since it made me see things differently, I wanted to just put it out that we, as beings of this planet, I'm not talking only about human beings, about every single being that is there, be it plants, be it trees, be it shrubs, be it every kind of animals, from multicellular to single celled organisms to us. Everything has a purpose, and everything is connected in the bigger conscious way which we are unconscious about. And life, life or living on this planet does not work in localizations, in compartmentalizations, in fractionalizations, and in divisions. It does not work that way. It works in totality. Because unless it works in totality, none of us will be able to survive, leave alone live. So I realized two things. Firstly, it is important to accept our own selves even with a pimple here which I never had before, even with bad skin going on, even with bad hair, even with any other thing. It is necessary to embrace our own imperfections perfectly and then say I'm a work in progress, and I would want to be a work in progress all my life. And then be the second part that I again acknowledged was that unless we are willing to embrace ourselves and heal ourselves, we really cannot heal or forgive somebody else. We really cannot nurture somebody else unless we've nurtured ourselves, or unless we even begin to understand the idea of nurturing the self. And thirdly, life on this planet doesn't work in localizations and compartmentalizations. It is an integration of everything together. And I just hope that we all begin to accept that, embrace that. We all begin to accept our own unlimited limitlessness, or limitlessness which is unlimited, or limitedness which is unlimited. Yeah. So I hope we are able to do that and then be a work in progress, because that will be a fantastic journey for all of us. And let's try and make that work. So see you again next week with yet another video, and hopefully that will be on time.